If the season ended today, the Hornets would face Chicago in the first round. The only way that could change, well, Charlotte must win their last two.
I think the main thing we try to focus on now is trying to finish up on a winning mode, because if we can go in the playoffs with the momentum in our direction as far as winning is concerned, I think that we can be very effective.
We want to beat those guys bad, so and the game is on national TV. It's going back to my hometown, so you know I'm going to be hyped. And plus, when you play the world champions, you always get keyed up to do your best.
And it's going to take their best. The Bulls can still gain the top spot in the East, but they must beat the Hornets tonight in the Hive.
They're not going to come in here lackadaisical, and we're not going to be lackadaisical. You know, we're going to come out and we're going to battle for 48 minutes.
The next two games are important to us because we want to go in to the playoffs on that winning mode. And I think that if we can go into the playoffs with the momentum in our favor, I think we can be very effective in the first round.
In Charlotte, Ken Slats, 15 Sports.
So what?
So what? So let's dance.
The golf caddy was put in the spotlight by the movie Caddyshack. Well, at this year's South Carolina Classic, the caddies might not be quite as wacky as the movie portrayed, but they are ready to go.
Usually about 60 to 80 from the area, and it's just high school golfers, high school kids, grown-ups. A lot of people take a week off of work to come out and caddy. Like I say, they come from all walks of life and just enjoy doing it.
Some of the dialogue that we had to study for caddying, like run shots, I didn't even know what that meant. So I'm like a little nervous about getting out there and trying to do the best that I can for my golfer.
Just making sure players get hooked up with caddies and for right days, and making sure they got all their information and registration and all that kind of stuff.
Did you have to do a lot of studying for this?
Not at all.
How much have you learned from being a caddy?
How to get a sore shoulder.
It takes all kinds of groups to put on a golf tournament. Your paid employees and, of course, your volunteers to do a lot of the paperwork. But there's only one group that has a lot of fun, and that's the caddies.
If I could have my choice, I'd be out there caddying too.
At the Country Club of South Carolina, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. The best of the bunch, Florence Country Club's Eric Smith fired a 71. That's 1 under and just 5 strokes off the leader.
Started on the back 9, Ken, and played the first 3 holes. I didn't have it outside 12 feet and didn't make any putts. And next thing you know, I drove it into 2 bunkers and made bogey. And so I turned it 2 over after 12 holes. And then I buried 3 holes coming in.
Sunset Beach's Randy Fuquay shot an even 72. Just 1 stroke back of him is Darlington's Phil Bland.
So all I got to do is just, start making some birdies and make some putts. And, shoot it 2 or 3 under tomorrow, and I have a chance making the cut.
The Florence area club pros will tee it up tomorrow at 9:15 in the morning. Despite their steady scores today, they know they're going to have to pick it up a notch just to make the cut.
I feel like I could easily turn around, especially after the way I hit it today, and shoot a 67 and get back into it. I know I'm going to have to shoot at least 2 under to be in the cut.
In Florence, Ken Slats, 15 Sports.
Keep going.
I made 17 pars in a bogey today, and had a lot of putts at it. And really, if I could have got a few putts in the middle of the round, I think I'd have been okay, but you never know.
All good scores for the local guys. Smith is even par after 2 rounds. So is Darlington's Phil Bland.
It's amazing the caliber of play. A number of these guys, can make it on the tour, if they just get the right breaks, because they can play.
I was watching the guy right behind us, Hugh Royer, is just firing birdies in. I think he's 6 or 7 under today, and it makes you feel bad, but it makes you feel good too. It inspires you. Somebody can do it.
Today, everything just went right except for my brain cramp on 18, but you know, I've been putting well all day. I mean, I made everything I looked at, and for some reason I thought I could make that one too and just made a mistake. It was really the only one I made all day.
Royer was hot, 8 birdies on the day. Just a par on 18 would have given him the single-round tournament record.
The only mistake he made was he 3-putted 18. He hit good golf shots, and his putting was outstanding, and that's what it takes to play out here, and it was certainly a pleasure to watch.
I'm playing well. I played well last week, and I just didn't putt well, and for some reason here, these greens, they're good speed, and I'm reading them well, and hopefully it'll continue the next 2 days.
The game was basically over by the end of the second quarter. Del Curry was unstoppable. 14 second quarter points, including 2 3-pointers.
We were getting a great deal of baskets in transition, and Dell, I mean, when Dell's on fire, I mean, nobody can stop him. You know, and we were just head hunting his man, trying to get him open.
No doubt the offense was at work. Del Curry, a big night, 119 points for the Charlotte Hornets. But that's not where it started. It started on the defensive end.
This is, I think, a total team win. We played good inside and outside, and when we play like we did tonight, especially on the defensive end, it's going to be tough for anybody to beat us here.
Our defense, just you could see that it was just swarming, and we just did a real good job of running, and I'm just proud of the way the guys played.
And the Hornets ran real well. 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was the key. 10 points, 7 assists, and was great in transition.
If our running game is there, then that triggers our whole basketball game the whole night. You know, you try to get Muggsy. I mean, you know, I hate to put pressure on a little fella like that, but it starts with him applying pressure on the ball. Then once we get the rebound, we get to him and let him do his thing.
We create a lot of turnovers, and we only allow them one shot at the basket, and we was able to get in our transition game a lot early. And I think we took care of the basketball extremely well. We didn't turn the ball over, and we made some great finish at the end.
In Charlotte, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. It was easy Monday night, a 30-point Hornets win, but don't count the veteran Celtics out. Game 4 will be different.
A lot tougher game. You know, they're going to come out. You know, this is do or die for them, so they have nothing to lose. They got to play all out, and we're going to do the same.
That Celtic team is not going to quit in that locker room, and it's the hardest thing to do is to come back and try to win 3 games in a row.
With Reggie Lewis out of the Boston lineup, the Celtics will go to the guys that have gotten them there many times before.
Celtics have been in this situation before, and they're a veteran team, a smart team with McHale and Parrish, and even Xavier McDaniels, who's been with the Knicks. So this thing is far from over. We just got to really stay focused and come out Wednesday, hope that we can get a win again.
Boston's not going to let up. You know, they have great tradition, and they never laid down in any games that I've seen them, you know, growing up, you know, so I don't expect them to lay down in this one. You know, we just played a great game, and we just got to carry it on over to Wednesday's game.
The Hornets are not taking Boston lightly, so a fired-up Charlotte team at home could spell the end for the Celtics. In Charlotte, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. For 3 quarters, the Hornets looked invincible. With less than 40 seconds left, an 18-point fourth-quarter lead was gone.
I think we all knew that they were going to come back, and we were playing a little bit, really almost like not to lose late in the fourth, and I think that just sort of caught it. We got in a situation where we weren't doing the defensive things that we did earlier.
I think we let them build confidence. They started getting their low post game going, Parrish and McHale, and then X started hitting some shots. Sherman came up with a big steal, and those guys went out like true Celtics.
Once again, we showed a lot of pride, a lot of heart. We could have easily thrown the towel. We was down by 17, 18 points. We could have easily said we can't get it done. And they have nothing but admiration for this ball club.
The Boston Celtics led only once in this game. With 3.3 seconds left, the Charlotte Hornets went to the rookie, Alonzo Mourning, and he responded.
We had the ball with 3.5, 4 seconds, and what we do, we run a play for Dell to get him to shot. But there's three picks on that, and one of the picks is Zoe, and Zoe's man went to Dell, and there you saw it. He had the shot.
We couldn't get it in bounds, so I just faded out, you know, and just took one dribble, squared up, and just took the shot, you know. And like I said, fortunately the ball fell through the hole, and it was a lucky shot. I call it a lucky shot, to tell you the truth.
He had no doubt in his mind he was going to shoot, and he hit a big shot. I mean, he's been shooting those shots all year. We've been trying to get him to swing the basketball, but hey, we can live with Zoe shooting that any day, any day.
In the Hive, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. For 3 quarters, the Hornets looked invincible. With less than 40 seconds left, an 18-point fourth-quarter lead was gone.
I think we all knew that they were going to come back. We were playing a little bit, really almost like not to lose late in the fourth, and I think that just sort of caught it. We got in a situation where we weren't doing the defensive things that we did earlier.
I think we let them build confidence. They started getting their low post game going, Parrish and McHale, and then X started hitting some shots. Sherman came up with a big steal, and those guys went out like true Celtics.
Once again, we showed a lot of pride, a lot of heart. We could have easily thrown in the towel. We was down by 17, 18 points. We could have easily said we can't get it done. And they have nothing but admiration for this ball club.
The Boston Celtics led only once in this game. With 3.3 seconds left, the Charlotte Hornets went to the rookie, Alonzo Mourning, and he responded.
We had the ball with 3.5, 4 seconds, and what we do, we run a play for Dell to get him to shot. But there's three picks on that, and one of the picks is Zoe, and Zoe's man went to Dell, and there you saw it. He had the shot.
We couldn't get it in bounds, so I just faded out, you know, and just took one dribble, squared up, and just took the shot, you know. And like I said, fortunately the ball fell through the hole, and it was a lucky shot. I call it a lucky shot, to tell you the truth.
He had no doubt in his mind he was going to shoot, and he hit a big shot. I mean, he's been shooting those shots all year. We've been trying to get him to swing the basketball, but hey, we can live with Zoe shooting that any day, any day.
In the Hive, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. Susie Graham and Christy Overton have skied since early childhood. Both are now professionals and compete in the slalom event.
The women go 34 miles an hour and the men go 36. And it always stays the same speed. And each pass, you have to round 6 consecutive buoys in a course.
And once you complete a pass, they begin pulling the line into the boat, so the rope gets shorter with each pass, and the buoys come faster, and it's really hard to get out to the buoys.
And this challenge has kept the two ladies striving for perfection.
I've been training really hard in the slalom event now for about 7 years, and right now Susie and I are ranked #1 in the world, but there's a lot of people right there with us, and we're not close to mastering it. There's a lot that still can be done.
I just really enjoy competing. I really, really like to go out and try and better my best scores and ski my best. It really makes me feel good. I really enjoy the thrill of competition.
It's a great growing competition. Camden's lucky enough to have it at Long Branch Lake. Water skiing. Probably nothing better, however, is the thrill of the ride. You
get excited when you hear the crowd yelling, and it really pushes you to ski your best when you do break a world record or you win a tour. It's just a feeling of relief and of happiness because you've trained so hard. And
it really is a charge. When you get through one of your most difficult rope lengths, you're so excited at the end that it's difficult to concentrate for the next pass.
In Camden, Ken Slats, 15 Sports.